something, how to set up an elastic load balancer in Amazon. So let's go ahead. Hi guys, happy new year. So today we are going to see some topic called as elastic load balancer. Okay, so what is elastic load balancer? Elastic load balancer is Amazon elastic load balancer. So if you have more than one instance, right? So if you have more than one instance, what happens is you need some, um, it's like a queue provider. It will balance the load. Okay. So this is my basic understanding of Amazon elastic load balancer. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create two instances, and we are going to set up an Amazon elastic load balancer, that is Amazon ELB. So let's get started guys. I think you're excited for this. Let's see. Okay. So for initially I'm going to start up how to launch an instance. So just type EC2 in the search. Okay. I'm going to reduce this because yeah. Okay. And then if you can see, okay, I have already created load balancer, so just ignore it. Anyways, we will be creating it new. So what you need to do is type search EC2 in the search, and then you will get this EC2 dashboard, and then you can click on the launch instance. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, so I'm going to create two instances. The first instance I'm creating now. So ELB instance 1. Okay. So I'm going to create a Amazon ELB instance with the Linux OS, and it's a 64-bit, and also instance type is T2 micro. Okay, because be careful, just select whichever it's in the free tier eligible. If you are going for study purpose, just use it. So create key pair, new key pair, create new key pair. This is the key pair. This key pair is used for password purpose. Okay, if you're logging through RTP or whatever, this is very important. The basic thing is this is very important. Just remember it. So you can, if you already have created it, you can use it. But create new key pair. That's one. Okay. So create key pair. Okay, and then see, for this PEM file, the password generator will be different. If you're going to create another instance and use the same key pair, the password would be same. Okay, so just be careful with it. So I'm allowing HTTP. Okay, I'm creating a security group, firewall settings. You may also select an existing security group. It's up to you. Select the existing security group. Okay. 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 I'm allowing it. Okay. So later, once we launch the instance, I will let you know where to change the security group. Okay, there are options available. So to configure storage is where we are configuring the storage part. So I've set it up to 8 gigabytes. All right. Okay. So Advanced details. Yep. So what is advanced details? Advanced details is something where we can pass user data. Okay, there should be a field where it is called as user data, where we are passing the user detail information. So since it is a Linux, I have a code which I have already written. I'm copy pasting it. So what happens is once this is created, it will show the message, and this is just a basic HTML file which I'm using it. Alright, so yes, everything is done. Now we are going to create an instance. So I'm just hitting launch instance button, and yes, so it's going to create an instance. So let's quickly go and create another instance. ALB instance 1 is created. I'm going to create a next instance, which is okay, launch instance. So ELB instance, oh my god, ELB instance 2. Yeah. So what I'm going to do, it's going to be the same thing, so nothing much difference here. Because see, if you want to use the same thing, you can use, or yeah, ELB instance 1, I'm using it. Select existing security group means you can select from the, we haven't named it. Okay, not a problem, not a problem. Allowing it HTTP. Later you can change, okay? Just we are exploring different ways to configure. That's why I'm trying to add something new every time. So in advanced details, as I said, user data is there, okay? So user data is there. So this thing, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy paste something. Since this is a Linux problem, a Linux thing, I'm going to use this thing. Okay. Okay. So this is done. Once it is done, I'm creating launch instance. So what we have done is I have created two instances, right? What I've done is I have created two instances, and yeah. So I have basically created two instances. Let's go ahead and see. Okay. So ELB instance 1 and ELB instance 2. So this is the first step, creating instance 2 instance I have created. Okay, so we have created two instances and it's up and running. So before creating a load balancer, we will click on this instance, go to copy this public IP, and then check whether it's running. Okay, so this instance is running. Let me close this out because it may cause confusions. Okay, so this is EC2 instance. Okay, go ahead and copy it. Okay, so version 2, version 1 to separate. This is not a page, exact page we are launching it. Okay, if suppose we are working on a live project, there should be two website. I mean websites. Okay, two websites in the sense what backup website and a real website. So basically we are creating two instances and launching it. And here the purpose is we are going to see how the load balancer is working. All right. Okay, guys. So if you go to the left hand side, there is a load balancer. Okay. So here if you see the beauty of AWS is it is listed step by step right? So we are going to first we need to create instance, then you can go ahead and uh, add the load balancer, and then you will go ahead and do the auto scaling. We're not going to see auto scaling here, but just we are going to see about load balancer. Okay, we are going to click on the load balancer. Okay. Okay, so this is something which I've created. Now I've just kept it. You can delete it, okay, by clicking on actions. I'm just showing you how to delete. Alright, so how will you create a load balancer? So I'm just clicking on create load balancer. Okay, so there are three things here: application, network, gateway. We are going to use application because we are launching a HTTP website. Previously, there was classic load balancer, which was a combination of application, network, as well as gateway. So it is going to retire very soon. They are going to remove the service. So August, yeah, actually it should be retired now. We are in 2023. Okay, okay. Let's don't waste time and get started. Okay, load balancer name. ELB. So I'm just giving this name, and I'm selecting it's already internet facing. So since we are going to check with this IP address, public IP address, I'm selecting internet. If we are using internal, that is private IP. For example, if you're working in office and only the local, I mean the VPC network. If you are using it, you need to know it's different. Okay, we are not looking at it here. And the IP address, it's selected as IPv4. And for mappings, network mapping, we need to select at least two regions, okay, for load balancer. Yeah, okay. So I'm just selecting AP South 1A and AP South 1B. Okay. So security groups is very important, okay. It's a default. You need to remove this, and you have to create a security group according to your requirements. ALB security group. Okay. So I'm going to add rules. You can either use custom TCP and use port range 80 for HTTP, or directly you can give 80. And here select OK. And OK. Outbound rule is all traffic. OK. And here also we can customize it. We can add 22 or whichever ports you wish to, as per your requirement, right? Your website requirement. So as of now it is done. I'm creating a security group, and yeah, HTTP. Okay, HTTP access I have done. Okay, so I'm just providing a description, and okay, so here refresh. Okay, here we security group, remove that default. Okay, so listeners, I'm routing. So we are going to create a target group. So we are basically assigning the load balancer uh, the targets to get hit. Okay, because here we have created two instances. So in order for the elastic ELB to recognize what are the targets, we are creating a targets and we are registering it. So let me go ahead and create a target group. So basic configuration here, I'm assigning instances because if I'm selecting IP address, if I stop or if I terminate, it will differ. Okay, because I'm not using elastic IP. Elastic IP is something is having a fixed IP address, which we're not looking now. We are going to select instances. Okay, so I'm going to assign here target group name ELB target and a protocol. Okay, server HTTP. Okay, okay. So yeah, okay. Next. Okay, here it's asking for the instances. So what I'm going to do is, for ports, right? If you want to edit something, or if you want to add some other ports, you can you can just put a command, add it. Okay, for example, 80 or 22, like that. 126.4.5.3.5 is all traffic. We are not going to allow all traffic for security reasons. You don't use it. Okay, so I'm selecting it and include as pending below. Directly, if you click on create target here, then it will not work. You have to allow it, include as pending below, and you have to check, review it, and then whichever is required, go ahead and create a target group. Okay, so go back and refresh here. So what we need to do now, there is a ELB target group assigned. Okay, so ELB target group, and yeah, that's it. So we are going to basic configuration, security group is assigned. Okay, internet, and listeners and routings HTTP 80 with create a load balancer. So the step 2 will be creating a load balancer, and we have created the load balancer. Now let's go ahead and see how the load balancer. So this is the name we have created, and this is load balancer. Okay, cool. So here we go. We have created it, and see, one important thing to notice is this load balancer. It will take some time to get active. Okay, it might be 4 minutes or 5 minutes. See the state. If the state is provisioning, it means that it is still provisioning. Okay, and we need to wait for a few time so that it is getting activated. Waited for. So let's see. Yeah, it's active now. So what we need to do now is see. And one more thing, if you are using this thing, load balancer, we are going to use a link. Okay, so one important thing to remember is, if you are using a load balancer, we need to use this link. All right, so just copy this link. So what we have basically done here is, we have created two instances, and when we are trying to access it, it should balance the load. So initially, when you are trying to access it for the first time, it goes to version 1, right? So when you're hitting it again, when you're trying to access it again, it goes to version 2. So again 1, so again 2. So this proves that this is the load balancer is set up properly, and it is it is doing the job. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much for session. Hope you have understood what is elastic load balancer. This is a short session where you have practically done it. Thank you.